Welcome back, everyone. We hope you've already seen the product overview video of Azure AD Identity Protection. In this video, we will cover how you can quickly deploy identity protection in your organization. Sarah, could you please help us understand how an organization can leverage identity protection to protect its users?
Absolutely. The first step is setting up your policies. The sign-in risk policy is an automated response you can configure for a specific sign-in risk level. In your response, you can block access to resources or require passing a multi-factor authentication or MFA challenge to prove their identity in order to gain access. So let's dive into the policy. When you configure the sign-in risk policy, you need to set the users and groups that it applies to, the sign-in risk level that'll trigger the policy or the condition. Here, we've selected medium or above, and the controls that you're going to put in place to deliver the type of experience you want when the specific sign-in risk level has been met. Here, we have the option to block access or allow access but require MFA. Then, we need to enforce the policy. One important thing to note is that the require MFA setting will only work for users that have already registered for MFA. If you target this policy to a user that hasn't registered for MFA, their access will be blocked if they try to sign in and have a sign-in risk level at or above your threshold. And here's something interesting. IT admins can use the sign-in risk as a condition in multiple conditional access policies outside of the Identity Protection UI.
Thanks, Sarah. Defining the login experience based on the risk level of a sign-in is a very effective way to prevent compromises. Now, can you show us how IT admins can change the login experience based on the user's previous risky logins? Absolutely.
We can do that with the user risk policy. The user risk policy is an automated response that remediates a user when they meet a specified risk level. When a user is at risk, it means that there's a high likelihood that their credentials have been compromised, which is why this policy allows you to block access to their resources or require the user to reset their password to return them to a safe state. To configure the user risk policy, you will need to set the users and groups that the policy applies to, the user risk level that will trigger this policy, and the type of access you want to be enforced when the specified user risk level has been met. Here, your options are block access or allow access but require a password change. Then, we enforce the policy and you're done. The great thing about these policies is that they save your IT admins time by automating these responses and protections, and can give you peace of mind knowing that the power of Azure AD is behind protecting your sign-ins and users.
Great. These policies were pretty easy to set up. Do you have any other advice around these policies?
Yes. We recommend doing a staged rollout for these policies. Essentially, start small with a select group of users or groups to deploy these policies to, and then expand to your broader organization. Also, you should ensure your users register for MFA and self-service password reset before you deploy the identity protection policies. To make this process easier, we even have an MFA registration policy within Identity Protection that can assist with your rollout of MFA.
Thank you, Sarah. We hope this video helps you roll out identity protection in your organization. Join us in our next video, where we will share how IT admins can use identity protection on a daily basis.